You shout out Soda TV too?
Show TV shout out.
Okay.
Soda TV. Soda TV, what up?
Okay.
Soda TV, shout out.
Well, welcome to Soda TV.
What's your name? Whatever it is.
Soda TV. It's Soda TV.
Yeah, bro. That nigga snitched on his baby mama, his little brother. It's not accurate. So like, you know what I'm saying? He was just, I ain't gonna say snitch because snitch mean that you telling. You know what I'm saying? Somebody did the crime. He was just lying on him.
And you
he
just
bought a car.
you
like
beat
a
it. Like how long was this?
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
For
and then why caught it? And then why
I was on tour with Danny Brown.
Police saw him serving 2 pounds. Like shit, 90K cash. So they had a helicopter outside the car. They caught this nigga serving.
I had like 90K.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was on his own shit, selling merch and shit like that, and just started making up false accusations. You know what I'm saying? Traveling went to the West Coast. Then like when I came, but yeah, man, they was making up false accusations, all this. You know what I'm saying? My mama gave me a call. She said to my own little brother, Josh, she like, the police just came in here and grabbed him. I don't know what the going on. I'm like, man, what the hell he got going on? I'm like, all right, mama, let me know the bun. I'm gonna see what's up. But while I'm pulling in, I see like 3 HPD cars. Like you ever seen I'm studying like mother. DMX and Belly. Like he pulled up and the laws is at his shit. That's how it was to me. So I pulled down, like, they got me fucked up. I ain't going. So boom. You know what I'm saying? I hit up my lawyer, put the retainer in and shit like that. Started seeing what's up with Buns.
Welcome back to Soda TV. Yeah, boy. Maxo Cream, Maxo Cream. Not a stranger at all to these boys. And that's just a bad thing. That rhyme good. Maxo Cream. That's a bad thing looking. But yeah, man, like just even talking about, let's just go to the feds side of the conversation. It's not looking good at all. He's been not only targeted by the feds on, this gotta be like the 3rd or 4th at least. You know, I can name 2 off the bat. Just this gotta be 3rd, 4th, or even more. You know, and though I'm talking indictment wise, like the one I wrote at the beginning, that was either attributed to he was allegedly selling Zans, we gonna call it, to, you know, people on social media. Matter of fact, if I'm gonna be specific, SoundCloud people. You feel me? But it's either that's one of the times that he was indicted. I don't know how that went down. I don't know if he got off. Like the next one that we're gonna speak on, which is the one that went famous when he was with Cartel Bo and they did that video, you know, that went, man, that thing, hey, that music video was a hit, man. Like, they was at the, but why go to shoot the video not only by the school with the kids, but at the time where the kids were present and the kids were like letting out? Like, it's just like selling ope. You know, dude, we always got away and we scared of the school zones, and that's when school is out. We scared. We see a school, we trying to go. If we can get a mile away from there, great. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, when school is in, artillery, heavy artillery, like, dude. Oh, y'all, some of y'all don't know what I'm talking about? Oh, you don't? Check it out.
But I had a show in Houston. So I like, I'm just go to the show. I went and did the show. And then my girlfriend at the time, I was about to chop it up with her real quick, but my dumb ass walked outside. As soon as I walked outside, I tried to run back, and one of the Warehouse Live people stopped me. I'm like, you mother. I seen a cop car come this way, a cop car come this way. So I start walking. I passed up a cop. They thought that somebody else was me. You know what I'm saying? But then when I got to like the whatchamacallit, they pointed me out. You know what I'm saying? Then they pointed me out. Then they had showed me a picture of my boy. You know what I'm saying? They're like, you know him? I'm like, hell no, who the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? Then they brought me in from the show.
This video now has millions of views, and some of the people looking at it are Houston police officers. Those investigators say some of what they spotted are federal violations.
That has led to arrest. Others are still wanted. Part of the video was shot in a community gathering place, Lakewood Park, right next to Hilliard Elementary. Phil Archer is live at the nearby police substation on Lay Road. He has a story only on 2 tonight. Phil?
Yeah, and that park's only about a mile from this substation. Back in March, 2 rappers shooting a video in the park had a run-in with some of the officers. It led to a months-long investigation. The problem, their cast was made up of gang members using real guns, loaded guns, as props. Styling themselves as Maxo Cream and NFL cartel bow, the featured rappers chose Lakewood Park next to Hilliard Elementary School to shoot their video. They did it at about the same time school was letting out. Some of the kids actually got into the video. What also got in were about a dozen loaded guns, some of them stolen, that were being used for props. And the extras holding the guns, according to police, all documented street gang members. Some people driving by saw men with guns here on the basketball court and called police. When police showed up, some suspects with open warrants were arrested on the spot, but much of the cast ran, leaving behind the weapons and small amounts of drugs. 2 months later, the video was released online, and it was a hit. It's gotten about 2 million views so far on YouTube. But it's also the tool police use to track down and identify everyone in the video who was holding a weapon. 20 have been charged with illegal possession of weapons, including rapper NFL Cartel Bo, also known as Warren Brown, a convicted felon. Brown was charged with illegally possessing 2 assault rifles and with threatening a police officer on the way to jail. He was released on bond and ordered to wear an ankle monitor, but police say he cut it off and disappeared. He's still on the run, along with 8 other suspects identified from the video, 4 of them on probation or parole. And
so when you talking about those type of things and then you get caught with 2 blicks, you know what I'm saying, it ain't looking good, my brethren. No, my brethren ain't looking good at all, man. Convicted felony. You know, we gonna get into what took place and, you know, how it happened, what happened, what could have happened, and then we got more coming for you. We got Boosie and his son. We got turmoil going on over there. You feel me? We gonna get into all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe, you know, notification bell. You know, we gonna make sure that everybody get notified on this right here because it's going down like the Trade Center. But yeah, man. So with Maxo Cream's new charge, right? Is it Texas PD? What was that? The law enforcement. I didn't put that down, but they get behind him, and of course, you know, they try to say that they gotta have a reason, you know. A lot of them like to try to say you ain't use your turn signal, but they legitimately had a reason to stop him, and I believe that was the real reason. Now, who knows? They might have seen him or whatever, but this dude was riding around with expired tags. How you do that? How you do that, we don't care. You should have been bumping that Master P if you was gonna do that. How you do that, No, Maxo Cream, no, we don't care. That's what you was getting, cause ain't no way. Expired tags. Not one and a half, but 2 blicks. Hey, man, my boy. And then you tried to, but look, he tried to save himself, tried to get up out of there, tried to hit that Mo 3. And I hate to, I'm not saying that in a diss, but yeah, I bet you look like Mo 3 trying to run. Yeah, that one could have been a way better in that case. Why even stop the vehicle? But they could have pinned him, and I think they did, honestly. I had to look back at it, but I don't know if it was anyone in the car with him, but they found the blicks inside the car. You know what I'm saying? I believe it sounded like a him situation, because you know how these rappers do it these days. Just like y'all just saw T Grizzly brother in a car with dude. As soon as they get popped and put in the back of the car, the cop car, T Grizzly and his boy in the back seat calling T Grizzly. T Grizzly tell him, shoot, you gotta decide now what y'all gonna do. Look, tell him to take the charge. He gonna go down, but I got 40 grand for him. Saying all this on the dang call. But like, that's the game. Like, gotta save the money maker, the money man. So it just seems like one of those situations he got caught up in NBA Youngboy type of jam, when Youngboy got bumped with that last, is that the last blick Youngboy got bumped with when he got in that car, when he was riding that car, I think it was Atlanta, and hop out, ran and hid under, so was NBA Youngboy under a house or something? They call him hiding under. Funny as HELL. But yeah, man, they got my man Maxo Cream again. And it's just like the feds, man, it's like that type of background, it's not good, because you just look at the federal guidelines. I know a lot of you aren't educated on that type of stuff, but the federal guidelines chart, it's like if you get charged right now, like I was new to the federal system, and I was just like, everybody was like, man, for you to know what you're looking at, what you're gonna be looking at, you feel me, because a lot of times when the feds bring you in, they might have you somewhere in the county where you ain't from. They ain't gonna tell you nothing about your case and what time. This ain't the state or whatever, right? You just in there being held. But if you know your background and you know what your charge carry, well, of course you gotta know something. You can look on the chart and take your background and what a case set, and you can it shows you how much time you're looking at, right? And like with Maxo Cream's background, like you ain't on the low end of the chart for sure. 5 show. Yeah, prayers for Maxo Cream. Maxo Cream better get in touch with Kurt Franklin. All right, moving on. We got Boosie and his son are not in the best of shape right now. Man, it's tough. We got Boosie giving us some bad news, but it's real. You know, the feds have already been on his heels, but he getting clarity of the bigger picture of what's going on right now, right? As you heard previously, was Boosie he was telling Vlad about his son getting popped with a blick and the whole situation, how that conspired, and just how ugly it was. For those of you who didn't catch it, you know, I'm your boy, and I got you. Roll it.
Didn't your son Tootie get arrested at South by Southwest?
Yeah.
Is that worked out or is it still pending?
Now he had a misdemeanor, unlawful illegal carrying, some shit.
Okay.
He had a gun that wasn't in his name.
Okay.
So it was like a misdemeanor. Not no hot gun or nothing.
Okay, so he has a gun in Georgia.
Nah, he had a gun. He had a legal gun.
That's what I'm saying.
Not in his name.
Oh, okay. Oh, someone else's.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, when you do that, they give you like lawful carrying. He ain't no convicted felon. It's like an unlawful carrying charge.
Luckily, it's in Texas, because in California or New York, it would have been a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
So with that, as you see, they was already questioning Tootie. You know, they want to know really where that come from. And like, yeah, Tootie got a blick. Boosie walking around with blicks in his pocket, back pocket, showing them. Not only that, Boosie ain't new to this. So, you know, they trying to make it a way bigger picture than what it is. You feel me? Hey man, what I'm finna reveal to y'all, they trying to make it seem like Boosie got a operation. Man, no good stuff, boy. They adding some they trying to add some new charges to his already. But what is his original federal indictment? Is that just about a blick? Is it just that blick that he was walking around in his back pocket, right? Showing off. And it's crazy, man. Did they indict him for having it on there in plain view? Or did he get bumped with it? Bumped with it, and then they went back to review the video. You know what I'm saying? I always ask that about that. But either way, that's what this new case is about. But we gonna get into what the feds are trying to what word are we gonna use? Feds are suggesting is going on between Boosie and his son, and what they are trying to do with him. And yeah, before I show y'all, I need you to go ahead and like this. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get an algorithm so more people can view this video. Share this on all platforms that applies. For those of you who are on Facebook doing nothing, add this to your program. Press that share. You know, subscribe to the channel. For those of you who aren't, you know, if you want me to earn it, you know, we can do it like that. Just keep your word and subscribe at the end. I'll remind you at the end just in case you forget. Last but not least, notification bell. Keep you notified on everything I drop. And we here. So, like I was saying, yeah, Boosie already having a hard time. We already showed y'all his son caught that blick case, and they are trying to make a connection, right? And in the midst of making that connection, they ain't really trying to make no connection at all. They trying to build a conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? They trying to make up trying to make up a lie and make it sound good with the facts at hand. You know, the facts are, yeah, they both got popped with a blick. You know what I'm saying? But the facts aren't that, you know, they were both illers, you know, who got the blicks from their mama who was in the house making blicks. You know what I'm saying? You know, that, and that's really how the feds go. You know, when you're dealing with the conspiracies and what's the other word that underlines that it really ain't no real evidence, but it's basically going off of what two or more people say. So if two or more people say it becomes then not truth, but it can't hold up in court. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like truth for real, honestly, because they can indict you on it. You know, they have people in there doing 30 years easy. A lot of people. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they are trying to say that Boosie is, you know, trafficking firearms. You feel me? Like maybe he I don't know if they saying he is the connect or if he got a connect and he's middleman there, or maybe that denotes and maybe that means all included, like either or. You feel me? You getting slammed type Yeah, man. Hey, check Boosie out, man, how he break it down, and then I'll be right back.
That Fed case again. If you gonna whoop that Fed case again, in the name of Jesus, I am. They trying to charge me with more shit now. They say I was trafficking guns. That's sad, dog. That's sad, bro. People ain't got nothing on you. They'll try to put anything on you.
So I'm trying to see, like, what you feel me? What connection are they trying to make between Tootie's friends and Boosie? Like, what would Tootie's friend know about Boosie? But I guess it's like the feds. Like when they got me, they was, you know, honestly, they got everybody on some third party, because they were targeting me because I was a friend of a guy who had hit a bank. Now, since they were targeting me, now they are investigating. They not investigating my little sister, but while they watching my mama house, they doing their homework, and my little sister, who is, you know, eating ice cream this day and doing this and this, you know, she's in the report, like everything from what she's dressing, how she's dressed, what she's doing, like her everyday life, that's been viewed through those, you know, what telescope of binoculars, like, and then they be out of pocket, man. But it's probably just a case of, okay, put the pressure on all Tootie's friends just in case they know anything about Boosie. Maybe Tootie got 8 friends, maybe 1 or 2 of them may have seen Boosie do it, or maybe a couple of them may be weak enough to make up a story on Boosie, or go with a story that we have. The agents might have a whole story. Look, man, look, telling Tootie's friend, hey, look, we know you got caught with that stuff that Kodak, like, look, forget about that. Look, you did see Boosie unload that caravan and it looked like he had 3 big rifles that looked like this right here in this image. Yeah, it was 3 of them, and you feel me? They may have a whole little spill, and you did see this, didn't you? Because if you did, then you know that Kodak Black stuff you got caught would go away. You know, people gonna get down for that. You know, people gonna get down for that freedom. Y'all heard what they said in the 60s, freedom rings. Better believe it, they gonna get down for that freedom. So that may be the reason that Tootie's friends are being targeted and questioned. You know, because other than that, there's no connection. I mean, there is no information. Like, what are you going to get out of some kids about a overgrown rapper slash thug that's, you know what I'm saying, really living that life, like that keep people out of his business? You know what I'm saying? That's a closed operation, really in-house, really super secretive and paranoid. Like, how you expect some kids to have any information, any real information about real crimes? Like, how you expect that? Like, but low key, Boosie probably halfway telling it, and Tootie's friends are being questioned about Tootie and trying to set Tootie up. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if you set Tootie up and get, it's a lot to gain. Like, it's money for sure, because you get Tootie on a decent enough charge. Boosie got to come with the money, the lawyers. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, we jammed Tootie up big enough, and for sure Tootie had to have seen something living with Boosie all this time. Yeah, we know Boosie is walking around with an AR-15 at least. Looking at, do y'all think that Boosie need to tell Tootie Raw, look, it's to cut this movie, it's over with. You coming with me, you under my wing, you in my shadow, cause I can't risk it. Not only you being out in Baton Rouge, it risks your life, it puts you at risk for cases, and it puts, you know what I'm saying, it puts me in jeopardy as well. Like, you feel me? Like, nah, the feds on us. I need you here. You feel me? Because they finna play the conquer and divide thing. You feel me? They may try to put you against me in some type of way. They already questioning your friends about me. Nah, you cut all that. You stand with me, so ain't no more cases. You feel me? What y'all think gonna come of this? Let me know in the comment section. Yeah, man. And if you haven't liked, shared, and subscribed, you all the way wrong. For those of you who have, you all the way on. And this is the self-proclaimed #1 celebrity news channel on YouTube at this time, The Real Soda TV, and I'm out.